Greetings, one and all, from the forest near Payson, Arizona. We thought we'd bring a little change of scenery to you today. Some bigger trees, some more densely packed forest. But we're still doing the channeling. And today we're going to be talking about the ego. I have a lot of questions about the ego. And through our channelings, we definitely learned a lot about it. And I do have some maybe beliefs or opinions about the ego, some biases towards it. But that's kind of why I want to ask these questions, to kind of firm up my beliefs, confirm, deny what I think is true. And what I think is true is the ego is a reptilian program. It's being beamed down to us since birth. We're basically programmed. It's like a computer, right? When you're born, you have this computer program running. And it just gets added to and added to with all these beliefs that aren't necessarily true. I have lost Tara. Okay, this is not good. Oh, there she is. Do you see her? There she is. Okay, good. So I believe it's not natural. It's something that's been forced upon us. I think in our natural state, humans are probably just their higher selves. What is the point of ego? I'm not quite sure. But that's what we'll figure out. Navigate through here. Sorry for the long intro. But we're giving Tara time to ground and connect. We don't know who she's going to connect to. I don't know if it's going to be a high vibe being, a low vibe being. I was hoping it would be a low vibe being, because then they'd be more in tune with this prison program thing. Let's just wait for her to be ready. She's doing some grounding, some shielding, some discerning.
Okay.
All right, who are we connected to?
Well, first was one of those glittery beings from Andromeda, but it moved aside for a ginormous elk.
Okay.
And so it's still there off to the side, but figured the elk energy would be the best to explain.
So the elk is in the earthbound energy,
Yes.
the animal energy.
hmm
Okay, are we speaking to its collective consciousness or to an individual ego?
It's a collective. It's
For
just one elk to represent the collective.
of all elks.
Mm, all conscious energies.
Okay, so we're going to look at the collective consciousness through the viewpoint of this elk.
Yes.
Okay, and what vibrational frequency is this elk in?
5.
5D elk being. Interesting. Well, we want to get some information on the human ego in 3D. It's my belief that this is a program that's being forced upon us. Is that an accurate statement?
If you come here, the program comes with you. If you leave here, for the most part, the program leaves you. It's like when you check into a hotel, they give you something to take with you into the hotel. It's part of the hotel. The key.
Okay, so it's given to us at what point in our growth as far as humans?
At the moment consciousness enters the womb. Day 39.
Okay, so about 5 weeks into after conception
Yes.
is when we start having ego.
Yes.
D-
But ego is just added. At the same time, you have consciousness. At that moment, your consciousness is in control. Ego takes control much later.
Okay, so is it fair to say that the ego program is a blank slate before it reaches Earth, before the human is born?
Think of it like an incomplete computer program. There's a few pre designed inputs to help you to recognize that you are human. You are different than, let's say, a tree. But the rest is programmed later from the external world.
Is gravity pre-programmed?
Yes,
Is food pre-programmed?
yes,
Sex?
yes,
So the core basic functions of human beings on 3D are pre-programmed.
yes. This is how you understand what species you are.
Okay, so if we didn't have the gravity program, we might think we're birds.
Even birds have a gravity program,
Right. Okay.
but gravity is felt differently depending on the species that you are. Let's say the gravity of a crystal compared to the gravity of a bird. Different gravities, but still a gravity program.
Okay. So we have different perceptions of gravity on the same planet
Yes,
based on our ego programs.
yes,
Okay. And so at a certain age, we start filling up this program with outside information, correct?
correct.
And this is probably around 2 years old.
At about 1.5 linear years, the external ego program begins to influence the human. At roughly 5 years linear is when that program is solidified for the rest of adulthood.
Okay. Unless you do healing on it.
Correct.
So pretty much what you are taught by the time you're 5 are going to be your major beliefs.
Yes, it's how you understand the world, it's how you understand yourself, your position in the world compared to people, trees, your surroundings. It is your self awareness.
Is ego a natural part of 3D consciousness on Earth?
No,
Who created it?
unknown. Before what you call reptilians, before what you call Anunnaki, program was already ready for use, just not applied to beings on a particular world. World did not exist yet. Program existed.
Okay, this is an artificial program applied to a natural planet.
Yes.
Do all 3D consciousnesses experience ego, or is it just this particular location?
All 3D consciousness on this world to create a mimicry of the 3D world. If program is removed, then 3D world appears much different, but
Natural.
still 3D. Yes, natural.
Okay, so basically, this program was in place, unknown origins. The controllers of the current controllers of this matrix hijacked it for their own purposes.
Yes,
And they changed the program in any way, or do they leave the program?
they do not know how to manipulate the program. They already just know how to use the program program was already in place. Program is beyond their sophistication.
Okay, so they know how to manipulate the program to manipulate us within the program.
But they cannot change the program.
So there will always be gravity, there will always be food, there will always be sex.
Yes, in the program.
But that's not necessarily true, because those who strip away the ego strip away the program, right?
Yes, they will still exist in a 3D world, just a 3D world with the glasses taken off.
So they'll see the natural version of 3D Earth.
Yes, what a energy of tree would look like, or of elk, or of crystals, even human beings. Everything would appear foreign. It will feel foreign. Even your senses. There will be senses that many are not aware of, that they have, and senses that were given but are not natural.
So will it look like the psychedelic world when we take acid or mushrooms?
Similar.
Where we can sense energy better?
You realize that you are just a flow of energy, and perhaps you would hear energy, smell energy, taste energy, not quite the way your senses work now, but almost of a different dimension. But you haven't left this dimension, still third dimensional.
So the ego program has a lot of safeguards against its removal. Is that fair to say?
Yes, there are many redundancies, again, still beyond the intelligence of those who utilize the program.
So there's a debate in the spiritual circles of whether the ego is supposed to be removed, it's supposed to be worked with, it's supposed to be embraced. It obviously depends on the individual, the consciousness. But is it true that in order to ascend, we have to remove our ego?
Yes, otherwise, it would be like trying to jump out of the ocean with the coverings of a fisherman's net. It will be very difficult unless you split your body into many quadrants in order to fit through the holes. Not possible.
So those who are wishing to integrate the ego with their higher selves are planning on staying on Earth for a while.
These are soul decisions, yes.
Right. And those who wish to remove the ego are planning on moving along.
Yes, they don't necessarily wish to leave 3D, but they wish to leave the program to live in a more natural state, as you call it.
So it would be erroneous to give power to, let's say, the reptilians and say that this is their program.
Yes, that would be incorrect.
They're just better at manipulating it than we are.
Yes, it's akin to believing when you are in the classroom that your teacher holds all the answers, but they didn't create education. They are just the manipulators
Right.
of that education program.
What is the most common safeguard in the ego program that people don't realize is there?
They may or may not realize, but your safety, safe, safety, always seen in reds, no matter the country that you live in, red is always safety or danger. Safety and danger, hand in hand. I'm always in danger. I must be safe. what is included in safety: food, water, shelter. Food, water, shelter. Sometimes procreation, but procreation once those needs are met. And there is always a teaching of danger, danger that the species cannot continue, danger there will not be enough food, danger the water is not safe to drink, danger you will be homeless, you will perish.
So the truth is that I am Gaia and I protect myself at all times.
Yes, that is a way of looking at it.
Is there a higher perspective than that I could look at it from?
My physical form is true third dimensional. Gaia is also in the program. You can assign a she, that she too must understand that danger, safety are just a part of a program. And she is also learning to release this program so that she too can ascend.
Okay, so just like I need to understand that I am Gaia and I'm protected, Gaia needs to understand that she is Earth beings and we are protecting her.
Yes, that all is one. She can look at herself as, I am a natural third dimensional entity, instead of, I am what they tell me I am, that I look a particular way, I have a particular mass, I move in a particular manner. They told her this. They told you this because you live on her. So she must act in accordance with your beliefs, as well as your beliefs she is acting in accordance with.
Okay, so Gaia has ego as well and she's been manipulated as well.
Yes, perhaps not a being with eyes and ears the way you see, but think of a plant when it grows. You cannot see its eyes and ears. Plants and Gaia are much a similar being.
Okay, so she's a giant plant
Yes,
with a fourth dimensional consciousness.
her physicality is 3D, her consciousness 4. Yes,
And her ego's in 3D.
yes,
Okay, and she is going through the same things we are.
yes.
Um, Fascinating. I have so many questions, but we're running out of time. So I'll end it there. I'll say thank you for speaking with us. I really appreciate it. We love you. Do you have any last message for the people before we go?
It would behoove every being on the planet, not just human, to recognize that there is a program and that much of your worry, your fears, your distress all stems from the ego program, keeping you in a wanting state, a moving state, instead of a state of stillness, gratitude, oneness, meaning ceasing to move, perhaps not physically. And it can be your choice to want to keep this program. That is all a part of your learning. But if you truly wish to ascend, you must remove the program. It is hard for an animal to be free if it is shackled to a tree.
But we love our trees. Look at these beauties.
Hee hee.
We'll give Tara a moment to reconnect with reality. How was that one? Did you remember what was said?
Um, some of, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much confirmed my belief system. Everything that I thought, I think, was pretty much corroborated in some way.
Mm-hmm.
But it was interesting to look at Gaia more of a as a plant than like a higher being than us.
Yeah, I kept seeing like just like a little couple little leaves coming out of the ground, a little stem, and it was like, that's her. Like,
Right.
that's literally kind of what she is. But we just, you know, it's because she's on such a massive scale, we think that she's like this greater being because she's bigger, but bigger doesn't mean greater. It's just
Right. She's a huge chia pet.
she's a huge chia
Let
pet.
me look at it. This one's growing really well.
Wow.
Okay, well, definitely a discussion starter. Please tell us what you think. You don't have to agree with the channel. You can have your own opinions, and we love to hear those.
Yeah, tap into your own intuition. We'd love to hear what you guys got.
Yeah, cool. All
right, so yeah, let us know what you think, and let us know if you have ideas for future challenges or questions. And yeah, if you dug this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys next time. All right, bye.
Bye.